All right. His eyes look so weird. That kind of works, kind of doesn't. Hey, Armadilliger, how you doing? I'm doing all right. Trying to knock out some of these requests. Dude, so like you have a channel, man. So what? Like, how many of the characters that you create are requests in comparison to like how many you personally want to make? Because like I have like dozens of requests right now, and I just like, dude, it would practically be a full-time job to try and get these done quickly. But I mean, I'm able to do like probably 2 or 3 a week. But even that is kind of pushing it. I mean, it's summertime right now, man. You know, you wanna be outside and enjoy the weather too. So okay. Yeah, that's why it's like some of these I really enjoy. Like there are ones that I want to make, but I've put them off to be able to get through some of the requests. But then I'll come across a request that is also one that I wanted to make. So that's always really fun. Like the character I uploaded today, I've been wanting to make for a while, but you know, finally somebody else asked about it, and I was like, yeah, awesome, I can try and make them. It's nice when it has a dual purpose like that. This one is... Hold on a second. There we go. Matt Dillon. Somebody asked for him. He's from a show called Gunsmoke. So, I'm not entirely sure if this is going to be the right heritage for him. The guy apparently played this role for, it seems like, decades. It looks like it started on radio and then went into TV. I'm seeing pictures of this guy. Like, it looks like he played the role from like probably his late 20s to... I haven't looked up his age or anything, but I would say he's got to be in his 50s in some of these pictures. So I'm kind of trying to make him a younger version. So John Wayne, yeah, I think it's, you know, there is overlap for these, and John Wayne actually is one of them that I personally have wanted to make for a while. Just you know, like I said, trying to knock out requests takes a bit. So are there any... Yeah. Are there any that you're working on at the moment? You seem to go for a while without uploading anything, and then you just bombard us with like, you know, 4, 5, 6 characters in the span of like a day or two. Yeah. Yeah, I hear you there. What, today was like 9.5 hours for me. Yesterday was 10 and a half. So yeah, long work days. But hey, the paychecks are nice, and hopefully I'll get to like actually go on a trip or take a vacation somewhere with like the pandemic hopefully winding down. I don't want to jinx it or anything, but there's whatever the new variant that's out and all that other stuff. So I don't know. I'm just I'm hoping that things continue in a positive trajectory. That is not what I wanted to do. Like new characters to make, or just like characters that you've made and some tips for me. Oh, okay. Yeah. Throw one out there. It'd be cool to get a suggestion from you, man. I mean, you're the guy that was encouraging me when I first started doing this thing. So. Yeah. Did you I thought that's what you meant. Like you have a character suggestion for me to work on. Or did I misunderstand that? Okay, so yeah, like who are you thinking? Oh, dude, Bruce Willis. It would have to be like older Bruce Willis though, like when he started shaving his head, because I mean there is, well, I don't know, maybe that one what is it, that wild balding one? I mean, like Bruce Willis, like John McClane, even in the first movie, he had a really deep widow's peak. You know, I mean, maybe I could, maybe with a buzzed hairstyle, but I just, anything else, it's like, no matter what other kind of hairstyle, it wouldn't matter how good it would be. Like that hairstyle is yeah, I mean, it would have to be from one of the older ones when he was shaving his head. Because, yeah, I mean, that hairstyle, like a young... I'm just trying to picture, like a young Bruce Willis with any other kind of hairstyle. I don't know, maybe from, like, Moonlighting or something. I don't know. I know he had, like... I'm just trying to think of what else he did. Death Wish, yeah. He was... Yeah, I mean, any of his more recent stuff where he was shaving his head. Yeah, I mean, the only thing that I can think of is movies that he was wearing a wig that his hair looked nothing like his natural hair did. You know, like Sixth Sense, or I think there was a movie he was in called The Kid. I don't even remember what that was about, but I think it was a Disney movie. Yeah, and Death Wish, actually, like, I've been contemplating. Well, it's again, it's another character that's in my list of ones that I want to make. Is Charles Bronson from the original Death Wish movies. So have you tried making Bruce Willis from that era, like any of his Die Hard movie stuff? Yeah, there are some characters that just, like, none of the heritages seem to really work out that well. You know? Like, one character that I've really been wanting to make has been, like, Harrison Ford, Han Solo. And just, like, none of them really work for it. There's, I'm blanking on his name now. He was in the movie, or the TV show Justified. He was the star. Timothy Oliphant. That's the only way I can remember his name, is that, like, his last name basically is Elephant, but with an O in the beginning instead. Like, yeah, he was another one that I've really wanted to make, and just cannot get it. Oh yeah, just changing the skin tone made a world of difference for this guy. Yeah, I mean that's one of the reasons I actually like to start streaming here now, is because even if it doesn't turn out, you know, I still get to chat with people like you, and on top of that, like the last video I tried making Bob Ross, and just through the attempts and failures, I came across a pretty decent Morgan Freeman. So he is now added to my personal list of characters create. And the people that were joining in on the stream, like one of them said it looked like the adult version of the character from the game Bully. It's another Rockstar game. I'm thinking like PlayStation 2, Xbox era, or 360 era. One of those two. And somebody else thought it looked like Seth Rogen. So, I mean, even though like it didn't work out, like what I wanted to do wasn't working, you know, still got the potential for 3 other characters. So, and that's, you know, of course that's in addition to like all the other requests that people have been putting in. I keep thinking his nose looks too big, but then I get like a side profile of the guy, and it's like, no, his nose really isn't that far off. He's just got a big nose. Maybe rein it in just a bit. Any James Bond characters? I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. I know that the latest James Bond, again, he's somebody that's been in my personal queue just because of the movie Cowboys and Aliens. Like, you know, it was a cowboy movie, so technically, I mean, it was sci-fi because aliens as well, but you know, it's yeah, there's just so many characters that are like keep spinning around in my head that I'd like to work on. Daniel Craig, that's the one I was thinking of. Yeah, he's the one that's been in my personal queue because he was in the movie Cowboys versus Aliens, Cowboys and Aliens. So how often are you working on one of these characters and you're taking in the way he looks, and like you turn him one way and you're like, yeah, that's awesome, that's perfect. You turn him the other way and you're like, not so much. That just seems to happen to me way too often. Okay. Alright, fair enough. Yeah, see, I think I'm just a bit of a perfectionist. I mean, it kind of depends on my mood as well. Like, sometimes I'm just like, it's close enough. But then there are other times where I'm like, I can do better. so I don't think you answered. Are there any characters that you're currently working on, or you just kind of taking a break? You'll get back to it some other time. Well, dude, Walter White is iconic, though. So, I mean, that's... You say that's all, but... I mean, Walter White, I mean, that's... He's a good one. He's a big one. I know I made a Walter White a while back. Just give me a moment here. I'm gonna look him up. Oh, I used Heritage 12. Yeah, I used Heritage 12 for my version. I don't know, and that was a while back. I made him. He was probably like, I don't know, within the first couple dozen characters I think. Not, I think I have over 200 now, but yeah, I don't know if I were to remake him, I don't know if I would use it again, but I don't think mine turned out bad. I mean, I don't like looking at him. I don't think that it's one that I would. It's not one that I'm disappointed to the point where I would want to remake him again. So, I mean, I remade what? I remade my Chris Pratt from Magnificent 7. I haven't uploaded that one yet, but I remade him. I remade the John Wick one because there was a few tweaks that I knew I wanted to do to him. I plan on remaking my Joel Miller. Because again, I know I can improve on how he turned out. And on top of that, I've actually played the game now, as opposed to just going based off of pictures. And I feel like the one that I made was somewhere in between. It was a mashup of what he looked like from the first game and the second, and I really want to be able to just dedicate to one game or the other. For Keanu, no. I mean, I'm sorry, man, but like, yeah, I personally, I feel like with my, like, the John Wick that I made, like the extra bruises and scars and stuff that I put on him are what really help sell the look. Yeah, because I mean, yeah, when I think when most people, at least I know I do, when I think of like Keanu Reeves in his recent roles, John Wick is the first one that springs to mind. And it's like that image on, like, the cover image from the second or third movie, like it's a close-up of his face, and it has like the busted nose and everything. He's kind of bruised and bloody. So yeah, I think personally, like, the face, the damage to his face helped with that one. I'm thinking that, like, from the side, looking at this guy, he looks kind of like an older Sylvester Stallone. I don't know, maybe that's just me. Not from the front, but from the side. And Stallone is one of the characters somebody's requested. You Adrian. Oh, really? Yeah, see, I know I have a request coming up for a Sylvester Stallone. And honestly, I'm thinking that this guy right here might be a good place to start. Just because, like I said, from the side, it looks like... It looks pretty good as Sylvester Stallone. I mean, it's all going to depend on, like, the age of the Stallone that they were going for. I mean, it's like, you know, are we talking like Rocky 1 or Rambo 3 or you know, whatever, crap, what's that action franchise with him and all the other big action stars? I want to say Unbreakables, but I know that's not right. No, these videos I usually... Oh, hey, Antonio. Okay, hi. Sorry, I thought it was Armadillinger. Expendables. Thank you, Armadillinger. If you didn't write it correctly, I still got it. So yes, Expendables. No, the streams are basically just like I'm working on a character. If you know, if people want to jump in and see what I'm working on and join in the conversation, great. If they don't, then you know, they're free to just watch or you know, not watch if that's what they want to do. Last time I was working on a video with the Bob Ross, like I just told Armadillinger a little bit ago. You know, I was working on a Bob Ross, nothing was really turning out, but from that video got 3 other ideas, and a couple of those ideas came from the people that were watching the stream. So it's just, I don't know, it's fun. Honestly, I haven't done many of these streams. I think this is like the 4th or 5th time I've streamed. Yeah, no, I just have fun with it. You know, if people want to join in, it makes it all the better. Yeah, I actually, Armadillinger, if you noticed, I was actually quiet there for a while and just going through all the different settings, all the different sliders. That was so I took a quick video clip of all of that, so I can use this as a starting point when I get to the Stallone creation. And you know, I don't know, maybe I'll work on this one as a starting point, and you know, just switch around to some other heritages and be like, no, this other one works better. But a lot of the times, like, I'll work on a character, and with one heritage, and it's like, that seems kind of close but not right, and I switch over to another heritage, and just right away it'll pop out at me. I make a few tweaks, and you know, it turns out so much better with a different heritage that I didn't even start with. And this one, I do feel it's pretty close, but like all the pictures I'm looking at online, his nose just seems like it should be more like I don't know, bulbous, like something more like that. But like for this, none of the other features work. Thanks, Antonio. I really appreciate that. Yeah, I've tried picking Armadillinger's brain here because that dude, he's like I'm like I have an Armadillinger. You don't know about this, but I've been in like a personal like contest with you, with trying to like get more subs than you. It's not working, but you know, it's like a personal goal, you know. I don't know. I do, Antonio. I do. You know, I do spend a fair amount of time, essentially, and I told Armadillinger this just a bit ago. I do tend to be a bit of a perfectionist, but it's also like, you know, when the mood strikes, it's I either and have time, you know, I'll either keep working on it, try and get it just right, or sometimes it's just like it's close enough. It's I you know, if somebody wants to use this, I got them like 85% of the way there or whatever. Armadillinger, you're like you have a personal like you're in a contest against me too, like with the most subs. I don't, you know, first of all, I would have to get like thousands in order to outdo what you had on your original account. And even now though, I'm still, I don't know, I did actually check earlier today, and I think I'm still like I have 10 subs fewer than you. So, I mean, I don't think you have anything to worry about, man. Yeah, no, Antonio, I completely understand that one too. I will go through creative spurts of just working with different mediums, honestly. For the longest time, I worked on custom action figures. You know, I would buy one from the store, and I would paint it and sand it and like work with a type of clay called Super Sculpty, among other things, to turn it into something else. So I don't know if you guys are into comics much, but for example, one of the things that I made, I had bought a Beast figure from, you know, the X-Men toy line, and turned it into a Ultimate Green Goblin from the Ultimate Spider-Man series. And I don't know, I'm trying to think of some other ones that I've done. I've done a number of them over the years, a number of customs. One that I was really happy with. I actually turned a bunch of Looney Tunes figures into superheroes and supervillains. So I had like Bugs Bunny as Superman, Daffy Duck was Aquaman, Porky Pig was the Martian Manhunter. Yeah, there was a bunch of them. Roadrunner was the Flash. I had Wile E. Coyote as Green Lantern. I had Tasmanian Devil as Doomsday. I had another size Bugs Bunny I turned into Bizarro. Just a whole bunch of weird things like that. Yeah, sorry, got off on a tangent there, but yeah, I haven't gone back to the like the customizing action figures for probably about 2 years now. Just kind of got burned out on it for a while. So, but this has been a fun, another fun creative outlet for me. And it really doesn't take up all the space that like working on action figures did. You know, all I need is my TV, my PS4, and I guess now a headset for these streams. I appreciate that, Armadillinger. But I mean, you know, every sub that every sub you have, you definitely deserve. You know, and dude, like I said, I mean, you gave me encouragement on making these videos when I was first starting out. So, you know, in a way, like these subs, whoever has subbed to me is also like indebted to you. There's a guy I work with. He, like, I think it's, you know, it still says it up on my YouTube profile. Like, this whole account started as just a thing for me to show a coworker some weird stuff that was happening in the game, and it's just kind of evolved into this. So I mean, it would still probably just be like uploading weird stuff from the game if it wasn't for your encouragement. So I do appreciate that. Yeah, clay sculpting, I loved it in college, in high school. Super Sculpty is a little bit different. It doesn't need a kiln. It's not as easily moldable or pliable as regular clay. But you know, it's you still can shape it. It works great. You know, it is moldable until it's baked. So like if I leave it, you know, if I leave it out for a week, it's not going to dry out. But after I like put in the oven, it you know, then it's basically set. I can still like sand it down and whatnot. But it's you know, I can't reshape it at that point. Sorry, I get caught up in both chatting and like trying to find reference images. So like then the image on screen, there's like no progress. Yeah, man. I mean, yeah. Like I said, I appreciate it. Also, Armadillinger, I just Like I said, I probably wouldn't have kept this going if it wasn't for your encouragement. So I definitely appreciate it too. I'll be honest, I don't check out your channel very much. I like check out the subscribers, but I don't check out your content. It's not because I don't want to, but because I just I mean, granted, there's no way for me to prove or disprove, but I just don't want anybody to feel like I'm copying their stuff. So it's more of a like a, I don't know, like a ethical guideline for me or something. I don't know how to phrase that exactly, but you know, I might scroll through and be like, oh hey, that's really cool, but I won't like go into the videos to see how you did it, because like I said, I don't want there to be a weird any kind of weirdness like that. Well, that's very nice, man. But here's the thing, though. I appreciate you not caring, but like I personally would care. I don't know. I just I feel like I would be, you know, I wouldn't be like. I don't feel like I would be able to claim it as my own video at that point. Then, you know, I feel like there would be some like guilt or whatever. I wouldn't be able to do that. Or I mean, at the very least, like if that were to happen, and like it wouldn't, but if something like that were to happen, like that would be right at the intro, like you know, this is Matt Dillon from Gunsmoke, you know, copied from this YouTuber Arma Dillinger. You know, I like the credit would be having to go where credit is due. Like I talk to like coworkers or whatever, and they know I really can't lie. Like I will tell them something that it might sound plausible, and they might believe it, and if I think that they're gonna walk away believing that was the truth, I flat out I tell them, don't no, that was a lie, don't believe that. I can't do it. God, I can't get over him looking like, once I have that mental image of that him looking like Sly Stallone from the side, it's hard for me to continue working on him like for this guy. Hey, got 4 people in here now. Hello, 4 people. We got Antonio, I think. Arma Dillinger, I believe, is still in here with us. You don't have to be shy. I know I sound weird. Armadillinger, is that yup? Are you agreeing that I sound weird? Is that what you're saying yup to? I know that's not what you're saying yup to. My best creation? Yeah, my best creation. I would probably say it's my Michonne. Just because I generally don't think I can make very good female characters. There have been a couple that I thought turned out all right. But Michonne, I feel like she looks dead on. Which in part, you know, obviously has to do with the heritage. Because like if the heritage option isn't there, it's not gonna happen. But like my female characters, I just generally think that they don't turn out that great. And the fact that I am so proud of that one, like, and that it to me it looks so accurate. Yeah. I mean, there might be other ones that I think turned out pretty dang good, but the fact that I'm not, I know I'm not that good at making female characters, and that one I think is basically dead on. I'm really proud of that one. Yeah, and it looks like we scared away the two people that were joining for a bit. So, Armadillinger, I'm going to blame you on that. And, hey, can you guys still hear the music? Like the background noise that would be going on in the game? Okay. So I can't hear it, Antonio can't hear it, but Armadillinger can. Hold on, I'm about to pull out my headset. I don't know if that's going to affect anything here, so just 1 second. Okay. Alright, I heard a little noise once I unplugged my headset, so I'm hoping it continues. I know when I've had that issue in the past, it's basically disconnected me from the game, which would make all of this work that I'm trying to do on the guy kind of pointless, because I won't be able to save any of it. So, Antonio, you said that you work with clay, or you enjoy working with clay, and that like you get like creative burnouts though. Like what kind of stuff have you done? Like, I mean, do you continue to work with clay? Do you just Armadillinger, I will be completely honest with you. I completely forgot about ZBrush. I'm looking it up right now. Oh, dude, that looks way beyond my ability to work with. That is just crazy. Yeah, no, ZBrush looks like it's ZBrush actually looks like it's pretty complicated. I'm sure it isn't once, you know, you get into it, but that might be like more time consuming than I really can dedicate at this moment. Hey, crocodiles are cool, man. For the first, and that's your first thing that you've made on it. You know, that's, you know, don't downplay it, man. It's you know, as long as, I mean, the main thing is that you're enjoying it, right? You enjoy making stuff out of clay. and if clay isn't your thing, there's still other mediums that you can work in too. Painting, charcoal, the digital realm. That's one of the reasons I actually enjoy doing this, is because I know the controls. I know how to do the editing with the sliders and everything. And it doesn't take up much space. So the space thing is a recurring theme for me at this point. So yeah, is that ZBrush, is that only for computer, or is there like a mobile version? I know there's differences, like, for example, YouTube, as you know, like it's a little bit different on the computer than it is on like on my phone. There's more options and whatnot, but it's still, there's still a mobile version. Yeah. Yeah, I would have to get a new computer then too, probably, because my laptop was like my laptop was like a Black Friday deal, like 7 years ago, something like that, 6 years ago. It's ancient as far as computers go. It wasn't even that good of a computer to begin with, in all honesty. So okay. Yeah. If I can only speak for myself on this, Antonio. But typically, for me, if I really enjoy something when I'm first learning it, it's more of the learning process that I'm enjoying, as opposed to what I'm actually doing. But if I actually really do enjoy something, it tends to get more interesting the more I do it, because you learn new techniques, you learn new tricks, you learn, you can, the more experience you have, the more creative you can get with it. Like when back in college, just comparing my what I did with clay in high school versus college, and by no means am I good with working with clay, but yeah, my my experience in high school was mostly like pinch pots and slab pots. I did a little work on a wheel, did a little bit of sculpting, but it it was very well, bad. It's, you know, but I still enjoyed it and continued working with the medium. And when I got to college, took another pottery class. And although I not like I continue with pottery because, I don't have room for a kiln. I don't have money for a kiln. The clay is fairly cheap compared to some other mediums, but I mean there's also glazes and everything else to take into consideration. Like for my final in ceramics class, I made a piece I called Heart Conditions. It was literally just a giant heart. Like the traditional heart-shaped object. I did different things to it to reflect the different properties that we give to the heart. So, like you can have a heart of gold, you can have a broken heart. Something can melt your heart. Somebody can be cold-hearted. I kind of just incorporated all of that I could think of into this one piece. And it turned out pretty well. It ended up being a mixed medium because, I did, the teacher allowed me to buy some, for like the Heart of Ice or Cold-Hearted thing, the teacher allowed me to use, like plastic icicles because, clay isn't clear. If you can enjoy and appreciate the experience and keep trying new things, that might be where the enjoyment comes in. If you might just be get stuck in a rut where you do the same thing over and over again. You might just not be pushing yourself. Maybe you just need to try something new with the clay. Try making something new. Maybe try a different technique. I know a lot of people are like that too. Yeah. And that plays into it too. I mean, it's really easy to get frustrated with when a project isn't turning out how you want, and especially with clay. The good thing about clay though is it can be, you can re-wet it. If something breaks off, it's repairable. You can score the surface and attach something more. Yeah, and that's easy to do, but and again, it's only if you enjoy it, right? I mean, if you're not enjoying it, then it completely defeats the purpose. But sometimes the challenge is worth it. You learn new techniques or new experiences. Yeah, it's amazing how much just like different kind of eyebrows make. Like, I really haven't changed the face at all. By changing the eyebrows, doesn't look anything like Sylvester Stallone to me now. Yeah. No, art is fantastic. Art is to me, art is underrated. Underrated, underappreciated. Like, I don't think people realize how much of their life is affected by art. I mean, there's the obvious things that are artistic, you know, sculptures, paintings, you know, pretty much anything in a museum. But like, it's, our art isn't just sculptures and whatnot. I mean, you know, you go to you go to a restaurant, there's art, sorry, there's art that went into designing the packaging for your meal, the cup that you drink out of. You know, you watch a movie, there's art that went into designing the costumes, designing the sets. Even something that was already created, like just for example, like Captain America's shield, you know, yeah, it doesn't look that different from the comic book to the movie, but there are little adjustments that they made, little details that they add in to give it more of a real world feel as opposed to some two-dimensional image on a page. Like architecture, you know, it isn't just function, it's form as well. So I mean, there's truly, art is literally all around us, and most people don't even think about it. And actually, I'm going to be going to an art show a little bit later this year. There's a immersive Van Gogh art museum, or art exhibit, which I'm hoping is really cool. I traveled to the Netherlands a number of years back, and actually saw a number of Van Gogh's paintings in person. I'm hoping this lives up to seeing stuff like that, but we will see. Yeah, I'm hoping. You know, this is a traveling exhibit, so I've heard mixed things on it. Like I've heard some people just basically refer to it as like a screensaver, essentially, a very large screensaver that you walk through. But I'm hoping that like those kind of reviews that I've seen, it's people that didn't really appreciate art that much, and just didn't really, didn't really appreciate what they were seeing, what they were experiencing. So. It's lifestyle. No, I think I'm just about done with this guy. That's the one thing I noticed. Like, sometimes these characters I can knock them out real quick. Like, honestly, this guy I probably could have gotten done in about 20 minutes or so. If I stayed focused on the task at hand. But, people pop in and I enjoy talking to you guys. So it makes the whole process that much more enjoyable. Yeah, I think I'm gonna stick with that. Alright, well, this is where I'm going to end the stream. Found out that if I have the stream going while if I have my microphone on while I'm trying to make the video, it catches like the background noise, like the fan going or the AC going, or maybe a podcast or something I have. So, I'm not sure which one of you guys are still in here, but do appreciate you sticking around. And definitely appreciate the chat. Antonio, alright, you dude. Alright. Thanks for sticking around, Antonio. Appreciate it. Arma Dillinger, if you listen to this later, appreciate you sticking around and chatting with me while I've been working on this. So, all right. Have a good night, guys.